My whole YouTube career is doomed. I'm failing. Here's something you don't often hear: consistency isn't perfect. I tried posting for 7 days in a row on YouTube. I wanted to do the 7 day YouTube challenge because I saw so many people doing the 30-day YouTube challenge where they post something every single day for 30 days. So I was realistic enough to know that I could never do the 30-day thing, not even the 14-day thing. So I said, let me go on a 7 day challenge. On day one, my daughter got sick. Not day five, not day three, day one. And then it hit me. My whole YouTube career is doomed. I'm failing. I'll never succeed in this. I couldn't even do 3 days in a row. How am I going to do seven, let alone 30? If you've ever tried to be consistent while juggling life and motherhood and maybe even school, maybe a full time job or a part time job, and whatever life throws at you, stick around because I'm about to tell you why consistency doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it can't be perfect. If you're a content creator, this is for you. Here's Christy. It's nice to see you again. Let's get right into it. Let's just go ahead and call this out right now. Everyone on YouTube says you have to be consistent. Consistency is king. It's actually not just on YouTube, but you have to be consistent to grow. But they never explain what to do when life gets messy. Do they? Like, are we supposed to film in spite of sickness, cooking, answering math homework, or just hiding out in the closet from our own burnout? Are we supposed to film when our brains are blocked, our creativity has been flushed down the drain? Because if that's what consistency looks like, I've been doing it wrong all along. Let's go back to the 7 day challenge on YouTube. I mean, no one forced that on me. I challenged myself. It was a personal decision that I made. First of all, I was hoping to get momentum on my channel. Second, I figured that if I do 7 days in a row of content creation, I'm going to learn faster. Instead of it taking me 2 to 3 weeks to do 7 videos, it would take me 1 week. So it accelerates my learning. Of course, it doesn't work like this because sometimes learning takes time. Just because you do something more often in a short period of time, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to learn the same way. Our brain sometimes needs to marinate on things. So back to my 7 day challenge. I was so pumped and excited. I couldn't wait to start it. I already had 4 videos filmed, ready to edit and then to post. And of course, I didn't have titles and thumbnails. I just had videos filmed, thinking that everything's going to go easier after that as long as I have my footage, right? So I figured, piece of cake. I already have 4 videos filmed. I'll be left with 3 to film. No big deal. I didn't know that my daughter was going to get sick on the first day. Lucky enough, I'd already posted that day, and my video for the next day was almost ready. So I managed to post the first 2 days, but then I had to stop for 2 days because my daughter was really sick. It wasn't just a casual cold. I mean, for the first 3 days, she barely even had energy to speak or move. She wasn't eating, she wasn't drinking. So it was hard. I had to really, really be there for her. I couldn't do much in my first 3 days. Then after that, I started editing a little bit. I posted for the first 2 days in a row, and then I had to stop. I had to miss 3 days. And then I posted for another 2 days, and then I had to miss a day or two because I had to film. I believe it took me about 11 days to do the 7 day challenge. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I did it, but it wasn't a 7 day challenge. It ended up being 11 days because I didn't want to give up. It was too early in my journey to give up. Uh, just the fact that my daughter got sick, yes, it put me behind. It made me miss a few days, but I wanted to do it anyway, all the way to the end. And I did. So, you know what? That was a win for me. Was that consistency? Yes, that was consistency. Was it the consistency that I had in mind when I first started my 7 day challenge? No. And there you go. Consistency is imperfect. It can't be. Nothing is perfect. And oh, yeah, when I was doing the 7 day challenge, every day that I skipped, that I couldn't post, I was feeling guilty. And that voice in my head kept telling me, you see, I told you you can't do it. And that even pushed me to work harder. And that voice pushed me to finish that challenge, even though it took me longer than anticipated. But that's not the only challenge we face when it comes to consistency with content creation. So, about a month and a half after I started posting on my channel, I got what I'm going to call niche crisis, which then led me to creator block. Let me explain. So I was having a YouTube identity crisis, the one where you're questioning, am I in the right niche? Maybe not everyone faces this. I know a lot of you are not in a niche at all. You just do vlogging and you do what you feel like doing, what comes out naturally, and that's great for you. For me, I chose to have a niche because I feel like I like structure. I got lost in too much freedom. So I need structure. When I first started my YouTube channel, I was very, very clear on what I wanted on my niche. I wanted to speak to introverted women who want to get out of their shell. And I know I've mentioned this in multiple of my videos. I wanted to speak to you because this is me. This is the experience that I've been through. This is what I can teach you about because I got out of my shell and I got out of my comfort zone. And I want you to do the same if you're struggling with something. If you feel like you want to do something so bad, but you don't have the courage, you don't have the belief in yourself, you don't think you can do it, you don't have enough confidence. That's what I went through and I got out of it. And that's what I like to share with you and help you with. But when I started posting things related to that niche, I didn't find a lot of engagement or views. I wasn't getting subscribers. So I started questioning, am I in the right niche? Because yes, I'm passionate about it, but no, I'm not going to create content just for myself. I don't post on YouTube just for my satisfaction. I want to post something that you want to watch, that the viewer is interested in, and not just what I'm interested in. And this is what created this confusion because I started thinking to myself, should I change the niche? Should I pick another niche? Should I do reviews? Should I do motherhood? Should I don't know. I don't know. I was lost because honestly, I don't see myself talking about anything else right now than this. Not only is it my passion, but it's also where I feel like I have the most value to give because I have been through it, because I've been through 2 years of self rediscovery, 2 years of getting out of my shell, struggling with my own nature and with my own insecurities. And I finally did it. I've been wanting to do YouTube forever, and I finally did it. And this is why I have so much to give you when it comes to that. But do people even want to watch this kind of content? So then I got what they call creator's block. I sit in front of the laptop wanting to do some research to see if my next idea is valid, if it's out there, if there are people interested in it. And then I would find very low search results on that, and that would discourage me. And then I'll try to find another topic, and then I completely blocked. I was being busy and not productive. Like I discussed a couple of videos ago, I was just being super busy but not productive, and that completely blocked me. So I had to get out of that. And so here's the thing that they don't tell you. Sometimes the thing that blocks you isn't laziness, isn't procrastination, it's doubt. And doubt is loud. Another thing that makes consistency imperfect, at least in my case, is time or lack of it. I've got 2 hours a day, 5 days a week where I could work uninterruptedly by myself. 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week to research topics, film, edit, create thumbnails, and post. Mind you, I've been posting 3 times a week on YouTube. So I got to do that for 3 videos, all in 10 hours a week. And you know what doesn't fit in that window of time? Batching 3 videos, 6 reels, and 14 Pinterest pins, and editing and posting. Or at least that's what they say we have to do. You know how they say you have to be everywhere if you want to be successful in social media or on the online world? But I have to give it to them. Some gurus lately have been saying not to be everywhere and just to concentrate on one platform at a time until you master that platform, then you can move on to the others. And this is advice I can take and I actually took and I apply because I'm not making the same mistake again. Last year and the year before when I started social media, I was trying to do so much at the same time and I ended up with nothing but a burnout. So I'm not repeating that same mistake. This is why now all I do is concentrate on YouTube. I'm only doing YouTube and just one other little thing on the side that I don't even do on daily basis. So it's mostly just YouTube, plus my part-time job, but that's another story. So it's not that we're not working hard. It's just that we're human. And being human sometimes means that we have to be slow. We have to slow down. Sometimes we have to stop altogether. We have to listen to our body because slow is still better than nothing. Even if you're working at a slow pace, you're still working. You're being actually, sometimes when we work slowly, we're being more productive. We're less busy, but more productive. And now would be a good time to shout out one of my commentators from a couple of videos ago. The video was about being busy versus being productive. And here's what Marisol from Daydreamologist said. Unfortunately, I suffer from that disorder of being busy all the time. But it's those times where you feel like you've done so much yet haven't checked off 2 things from that overgrown list. Being a perfectionist myself, when this happens, I feel far from perfect. Thank you, Marisol, for that comment. It sums it up pretty nicely. Now back to consistency, and here's what I learned from my online journey about that. Consistency isn't perfect. It's about returning, even when you have to disappear for a while, even after interruptions. It's about saying, I'm still here, showing up, even when you're not in the mood, even when things are not going good. Guess what? Today, I didn't feel like filming. I didn't feel like talking because I'm so drained and I'm not in a good mood. We're supposed to get a storm. The weather is sunny for a few seconds and then it goes dark. Anyway, but I said to myself that every time I'm not in the mood, but I push myself to do it, I feel a lot better after. And it helps me grow even more. It teaches me resilience and patience. So here's my version of consistency, showing up on a day like today, even when I really, really didn't feel like it, even when I barely had the energy to speak. Here I am, being consistent. And guess what? Your audience isn't looking for perfection. They're looking for someone who's real. They're looking for someone who will get on and tell you they're not feeling well, but they showed up anyway. And that's why I'm here today and every other day. So if you feel like quitting or you never even started because life keeps interrupting you, you're waiting for the right moment or for the motivation, keep watching because I'm about to share with you what to do when this happens. Progress beats perfection every single time. So go ahead, post that video that you think is just good enough. Post it. You're not a machine. But you know what? Your superpower is your story. Every time you return, you're building trust, and that's magnetic. And now, let's just redefine consistency. Think about what does consistency mean for you right now and try to redefine it if it's not serving you. Consistency is kind of subjective. For me, it means always coming back, no matter what happens, even when I have the burnout, even when I have the creator block and I feel like I have nothing to give, even when I miss a video, even after being confused in the whole thing. And please remember, don't let someone else's space make you feel behind. Your time belongs to you, and you control that. If this resonated, drop a comment and tell us what is consistency to you. And are you willing to change it if it's not healthy? And hey, if you're ready to keep showing up with me imperfectly but authentically, hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. Because this channel isn't about being loud, polished, or perfect. It's about being real and finally stepping out of your shell and finally stepping out of your hiding. Yay, you're still here. You're officially my online bestie. Thank you so much for watching and engaging, and I'll see you on the next one.